Hey, shout out.
Yes, Zaga, Yaga, you know the vibes. You're rocking out with yours truly. Showtime Sizzle. I am the source. Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Yes, good morning, all. Happy Sunday. I feel that it is fitting, being that it is Sunday. Not only is it Sunday, today makes 1 year of inactivity for Earl the Truth Spence. And Earl the Truth Spence has really shook up the game, the YouTube game, with his recent tweets. Let me just throw his tweet up there. I'm gonna throw his tweet up there today because that is going to be the thesis today, as well as gonna break down a couple of things that I overheard last night on YouTube. The tweet really shook the YouTube community up. You had content creators really, it slapped them in the face, man. It did. A lot of them was in denial. I'm going to play a lot of audio from YouTube channels that they tried to band together, but what Earl Spence said really hit home to them, and it should have hit home because when you think about it, what he stated, you know, I did my video on it, but I'm gonna go more in depth. Um, I'm gonna go more in depth. I'm just trying to find the tweet, the actual tweet, so I can post it for y'all. I want to throw it up. Throw it up. Let me get it up there. See if I can get it up. Like I said, I got time, so it's no rush. No rush. I want to get the actual tweet up there, though. Is this it? Is this it? Yes, I believe that is it. All right, so I found it. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. We'll take this one down, and we will add this one. This a one. This a one. We will add this a one. Yes, we'll add this a one. There it is. We got it. Let's add this a one. Throw this up there, and then we're gonna have some fun. Okay, here it is. Y'all listen to YouTube. That shook the whole game up yesterday. I watched the predominantly, supposedly big YouTuber, right? He did his whole live was based on this. I'm gonna let you hear his words. He alluded to the fact of things that he does in the game and how YouTube is the lifeline of boxing. But I wanted to comment, but you know what? I don't even comment on people's things no more because they tend to think because they have an audience and listeners that they're better than you. So instead of doing it that way, now I come on and I talk on my platform. Number one, two, three, four, however many people come in here and listen doesn't matter to me because the game listens to me. Um, I go places and do things that a lot of these so-called big platforms don't do, will never do. They overlook the truth, they overlook the source, but now look at the source. So I say that to say this, right? If YouTube content creators are really pushing the needle, more YouTube quote unquote content creators should be breaking through in the industry, but they're not. You know why they're not? Because contrary to what they were speaking about, most YouTubers and content creators and people that go to YouTube to listen for boxing don't actually support boxing. They support YouTube and they support the content creators that give them the YouTube content. That's not supporting boxing. That's not supporting the fighters. That's not supporting the fight game. And when you start to break it down, that's why YouTube is just YouTube. And for you YouTube content creators that think you're moving the needle, maybe you should start putting on some shows. Use your platform and promote fights, broadcast fights. Um, and then maybe the fighters will take you more serious. The managers, the promoters will take you more serious. But until then, you know, you're gonna get fighters like Earl Spence that tweet things like this. And regardless of what you come on your platform and you tell your subscribers and your listeners, if you're not actually in the game, moving the needle, this is what's going to continue to happen. But let me get to a lot of this audio, man. The audio is key, man. The audio last night really was exposing a lot of stuff. So I want to get to some of that, man. You had guys talking about how they be in locker rooms and they be just a lot. Yo, it was a lot going on. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, yo, man, you dudes are hilarious to me, man. You say everything a lot, you know, last night to me, right? To be honest, I'm gonna keep it all the way tall, right? It seemed like um it was um a lot of gimmicks had to like they had to come together because it was like a distress call. A distress call was sent out from Earl Spence's tweet. You heard? Earl Spence put that tweet out there, man, and it like it kind of shook the airways, if that makes any sense. You understand what I'm saying? And let me get to some of the audio, man. Dudes was like, I'm gonna play the audio for you. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna have some fun this morning, man. I got time. I took care of a lot of stuff that I needed to take care of yesterday so that I could really finesse this for y'all today. You know, this is the source experience. Um, I might drop some. Last night we shook it up. Shout out to Combat Sports WCS, my guy. Great content throughout the day yesterday. Definitely appreciate that piece you did on the gardeners, man. I like that, man. You're very crafty with your stuff, man. I said tomato cans. You called them a gardener, man. WCS is very ahead of the game. But here it is, right here. I was looking for the good brother, the good brothers, the good hating brothers. That's what they is to me. They some haters on the low, man. They don't want to admit it, but it is what it is. Y'all some good hating brothers. Man, 3 hours long, so I gotta really skim through it. I gotta really skim through it to the parts that I want. I didn't know he was on that long last night. They was hurt, man. Let's get to it though. Yeah, but here we go. We can kick it right there. Look, he's talking about the fans. Listen to this. The houses, the cars, the jewelry, the lifestyle, it don't exist without you, the fans. But they give the fans the runaround and blame the fans for being anxious. All right, let's. But the fans are the ones that invest, and let's stop it right there. He said the fans are the ones that invest. Um, great points. But I want to say this: the YouTube fans aren't investing, brother. They're not. They're not. That's why they do the YouTubers and they talk about the YouTubers like that. Because when it boils down to the YouTubers, right? And you guys be quick to point this out, and I'm going to use your own words to show you this. You say that more boxing fans go to YouTube for information for this, that, and the third, right? So if they're going to YouTube for this, and you're saying that you guys are the voices of boxing, the fans are supporting you, not boxing, if that makes any sense. But let's continue on. Bring it back to right here. When the main source for boxing news were websites like Boxing Talk and Boxing Scene, YouTube has totally changed the landscape for boxing fans, and I'm grateful for all who stayed on the grind. This is all facts. It's all facts. The Haven Alexander was good. It's all facts. My brother, Showbiz the adult, in the super chat, dropping that half a dip on your boy Blue. He said, Blue, not gonna lie. One time we both got the same big scoop with dates, but you reported first, so I waited. Then it didn't happen, and everyone called you a liar. I knew what you heard was real. Thank you, Biz. Thank you, Biz. Chance Bleak 0573 was good. Thank you, Biz. Thank you. Exactly. But people they don't understand. We are just the middleman. That's all we are, is the middleman. Lester Duvall was good. All right, stop it right there. Admitting to be the middleman, right? So basically, you're the middleman of information that sometimes isn't true. Did you just say that you're the middleman to pushing out information that sometimes isn't true? Um, so what does that say about your information or who's giving you the information? If you're the middleman and anything in life, being the middleman, some would say you're in the way, right? You're in the way as the middleman. And that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna let that soak in. Let that sauce just soak in what I just said. He stated himself that he is the middleman, monkey in the middle. The middleman is in the way. You're in the middle, right? You're in the way. So how are you official if you are the middleman? In order to be official, Shouldn't you want to have the plug, not the middleman, but the plug? Let that soak in, man. Let that soak in this morning. So this guy is just on record to admitting that he is the middleman in any business or any transaction. Isn't it best to get it from the plug? I'm gonna keep saying the plug because, or the source, not the middleman who's giving it to you from the source, but the source itself. Is that soaking in this morning? Is that soaking in? Hopefully it is, man. Hopefully it is. Let's get to some more. Shad 1419. Let's go. When you apply to go to the fight, it has online YouTube media. YouTube is not a form of entertainment. Champ, you're wrong. And you should not downplay the source that keeps the sport of boxing going. Again, Joe Joyce fought today, Mikel Meyer fought today. They're ESPN fighters. Did anybody see those highlights on ESPN today? Let's stop it right there. They didn't need to see the highlights on ESPN, good brother. They seen the fight on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and things of that nature. They didn't see the fight on YouTube. They didn't see the fight on your channel. They didn't see the fight on none of these so-called boxing channels that you claim keep the sport alive. And a lot of times, you so-called channels that keep the sport alive, what do? You go online, you report what others are doing or saying, and then you bring it to your listeners. So how are you actually keeping the sport alive when, as I bring it back, you just said you are a middleman, a middleman. So you're saying that you, as the middleman, are more important than the actual plug, or sorry, keep saying plug, but the source, the source. So with ESPN being the source, Showtime being the source, the Zone being the source, now YouTube content creators are the source. But like I just checked, if all of you so-called big channels, and when I say big channels, I'm talking about 100 or more subs, you guys all combine your subs and your resources. Um, can you guys put on a show? Can you guys broadcast a show? I don't think so. So how are you keeping the sport of boxing alive? What you are actually doing is keeping yourself alive, keeping your channel alive. Because the last time I checked, I have, when you guys do your fight parties, you guys are not actually broadcasting the fights. And a lot of times when these fights are going on, and I want y'all to catch this source, I'm in my bag right now. Um, I'm in my bag, man. When you guys doing your fight parties, right? You guys are doing your fight parties not from the actual fight. Oh man, let that soak in, man. Let that soak in. But yet, you are keeping the sport alive. See, I don't always see eye to eye with Earl Spence at all. Haven't seen eye to eye with him for many years. But sometimes when a brother says something that is relevant, you have to give them their flowers. You have to give people their flowers. That's one thing about me over here. If somebody says something that rattles cages and it does what it does, you have to give them their flowers. You know, you have to. And he was absolutely right. Y'all listen to YouTube. Them people know as much as you. It's entertainment, and it really is. And see, a lot of YouTubers, that's why you seen yesterday, they was banding together because somebody that they have been pushing narratives for years and years, who hasn't been in the ring now in over a year today. Tomorrow's gonna make over a year. He's not gonna fight tomorrow. So it's over a year. Came and just really crushed them. Crushed them. So yes, you guys are the middlemen. But let's move on with some more of this great audio. Once again, this audio is courtesy of one of the biggest middlemen in the game. And I'm only going off of what he said. He called himself that. Biggest middleman in the game. Salute to my guy, Wagwan, the UK in the building. One of the biggest middlemen in the game. Hopefully, all the middlemen um, can put their resources together and start broadcasting fights since they are the voice of boxing. Well, let's play some more. Told you I have time today, so I'm going to do my thing. Anybody. Joe Joyce had an entertaining fight. K. Causey, Keith Wolf was good. Joe Joyce and Keith and Joe Joyce and Zhang had an entertaining fight. Mikael Meyer fought today. When you turned on ESPN today, did anybody see ESPN showing any highlights of that fight? Stop it once again. They didn't have to show highlights. If you was a true fan and you have ESPN apps, the bundle, Hula, you actually watched the fight. Did any of you channels that moved the needle show highlights of the fight? No, what you did, you talked about it. You know why you didn't show highlights of the fight? Because that's called copyright infringement. But you talked about it. So I guess that's how you kept it relevant when the actual networks that were showing the fight showed it. But let's move on to some other stuff. You know, this was very entertaining last night. We're just gonna keep skimming through. You know, these guys, man, Earl Spence hurt y'all pride. Is that like Tay said, you can't get why are you going at the YouTubers? For what? That's easy targets. Like Tay said, those dudes with the blue check marks like him don't be telling the truth, according to his reports. But we all can't be hearing the same thing and we all wrong. We all can't be hearing the same thing and all be wrong. It's like Ben said, he heard it, I just reported it first, and he left it alone. And then people came and said, man, Blue is lying. I ain't lying about nothing. I got this information from a credible source, same source that Ben's got it from. True Coronado, what's good? My brother Tay Jones know for a fact. Oh, I know Tay Jones, his information is 1,000%. NC King, what's good? NYC King, what's good? Let's stop it right there. He says he knows that Tay Jones' information is 1,000%. Why? Because Tay Jones is a part of Wilder's team. That makes the information that he gets 100% correct. So I guess the information that the source gets is 100% correct as well. Since that I am a Team Tucker member. Not only am I a Team Tucker member, I'm a media marketing agent. But that doesn't mean that all the information I get is correct. Um, I thought we was going to be fighting on the June 10th card. I spoke with a couple of my colleagues off the record and told them that. I even, you know, told them to get tickets in advance or put money aside to get tickets. Come to find out we're not on the card. So I was wrong. But according to what I just played, since I am a team member, I'm always going to be 100% correct. No, it doesn't work that way. Things change. Things change. Y'all catching this sauce this morning, man. Like I said, I got time. Everybody is sleeping. It's Sunday. My family sleeps in. They sleep in. So I said, let me get on here and do what I do. Normally I would be at the track right now getting in my 3 miles, and I'm up to three now. I'm back up to 3 miles. But I'll probably go a little later. I wanted to knock this out. I'll probably go to the track later and let Coach Reen ride a bike. But let's move on to a little. I want to get to some more of the sauce on here, man. These dudes, right, are hilarious to me.
He got some egg McMuffins with no meat. Pause. Y'all know, I know I ain't the only one that's seen that. Y'all remember when Floyd Miller took Fight Hype in his garage and pulled out the orange outfit? This is what I was wearing for the Manny Pacquiao fight, but he didn't sign. But he didn't sign. Remember he pulled out, and then he wore that against Victor Ortiz. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know this is all true. You understand?
Here's the gibberish. This is the gibberish now. What does that have to do with you moving the needle? With y'all moving the needle? Pay
Y'all
attention
know
to
this
the
all true, man.
pay attention to the gibberish. It's true, but what relevance does that have in keeping boxing alive?
You understand? He pulled out the orange and black uniform. He said, "This is what I was gonna wear against Manny Pacquiao." Right?
Gibberish.
And then he ended up fighting Victor Ortiz and wearing that same outfit. We've seen that on Fight Hype. That's YouTube. That's YouTube.
Yes, it does. He is hurt,
So you
Toad.
gotta think, right?
He is hurt.
Now, I want y'all to think about this. If the General, excluding myself, if the General 7 Sports TV interviews Deontay Wilder,
I want y'all to hear this. He gonna start sounding like
what makes you
police
think
now.
they're not having a conversation when they're not on an interview? I know the content creators here, my brother Showbiz and whoever else is here. I see the general.
Listen to the police
Right?
talk
I
now.
know. I see
Watch.
y'all in the building, right? I know, like me, when y'all pick up the phone and you talk to boxers or they call you, the first thing they say is, "Are you recording?"
Man, let's stop it right
Y'all know
there.
this.
Yo, listen, man. I talked to a whole bunch of fighters, trainers, managers, just move makers in the game, right? They know what I do. They have never listen, are you recording? So that already lets me know the type of individual you are dealing with. You're recording conversations, brother. So you already know. Just off these are his words. Are you recording? So I already know the type of individuals you dudes are. You probably are the type of guys that are doing conference calls, saying, yo, let's mute your phone. Why would anybody call you and say, are you recording? Are you police? Are you CIA? Are you FBI? Are you recording? I was on the phone just yesterday with a source, right? He didn't say, are you recording? We know what he says to me before he tells me anything. He says, yo, if you put this out, you know how to do it, right? This is real talk. If you put this out, you know how to do it. But this is what I'm telling you. He didn't say, yo, don't record me, don't this, because we don't do that. Real journalists, real people that do, we're not recording conversations. Police record conversations, man. Oh, man, salute to my brother in the building, Team Crawford, real Team Crawford. This audio that I'm playing is a guy, shout out to Blue. But see how they are exposing themselves now. Stone, shout out to Stone, man. Facts, man. Appreciate you, Stone Bone in the building, man. Much respect to my guy. Colorado Springs by way of Omaha, Nebraska. But let's continue on with this guy, man. Blue was in his bag, man. You know, Earl Spence's tweet shook them up, man. Listen to this though, man. This is crazy. He said, "Are you recording?" I have been on the phone with very high level, reputable people in the game, and they never said that to me. And I do media. I started out doing media, but now I do other things. But I still give my listeners, the people that really rock out with me, the source. But nobody has never said, "Are you recording me?" Well, listen to this though, man. This right here is Earl Spence shook them up, man, with that tweet yesterday, man.
So true. 7-8. Tay Jones, Showbiz. When y'all talk to fighters, managers, promoters, what's the first thing they do? Tay, what they tell you? Showbiz said that's every day. Facts. Tay Jones said facts. That's every day. When they call you on the phone, you ain't recording, right? So how many times you have a personal conversation and you get this information? Managers, promoters. What you think? It don't stop when I have an interview and you see a 30, 40-minute interview, an hour interview. It don't stop there. So every day, like Ben said and Tay said, you get a call. Hey, you heard what's going on? No. Man, you might see Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, June 17th. Word? Yeah, man, this. And this is a credible source. You can say this, don't say this. Don't say my name, don't say that.
Yo, let me stop it right there. Did that just sound like some old woman gossip? Yo, that's what chicks do, man. Did you just hear how he just broke that down? You can say this, you can say that. Did that just sound like some woman gossip? Oh, girl, you know who I seen at the mall? Who? I seen Shy. Word? What was he doing? Guess what? He wasn't with his wife. I don't know who this husband was that he was with. That's what that just sounded like, man. Knock it off, man. But let's continue on, man. Man, these dudes, man, exposing themselves. And all it took was for Earl Spence to tweet YouTubers. They don't know much.
Wait, what happened with Jamie Foxx? Y'all serious?
Man, man, hold on, I gotta stop it. The internet guy that gets most of his information off the internet didn't know what happened with Jamie Foxx, man. You can't make this up, man. These guys is too much. Let me fast forward a little bit. Just a little bit. You know, he didn't know what happened with Jamie Foxx, man. Prayers to Jamie Foxx, man. He's going through it. Yeah, you like that, Toe? Yeah, this was mad entertaining last night, man.
Wow, man. This is wild.
Now you didn't know, yo, that's the same guy, right? He said he didn't see Earl Spencer's tweet. Man, knock it off, man. You seen what? Like I said this yesterday. I was on record saying this yesterday. When Earl Spence tweeted that, a lot of them was just crushed, man.
I ain't know that. Blessings up to Jamie Foxx.
A lot of them was crushed, man. It was crushed, man, because it hit home.
She said, ironically, because you're on YouTube. Facts.
It was crushed, man.
Some people say he had a stroke. Is that true?
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Because it's saying so. I'm getting different information right now.
He had a stroke.
Ones with the blue checks, just like him.
He had a stroke.
Says the spectrum is entertainment.
This was a lot of gibberish.
Y'all ever
man.
seen that? That's the worldwide leader in sports, the biggest sporting platform in the world. That's what they reported. And then they doubled back after that. And we ain't never seen that. And then they doubled back, right? And they reported that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua was a done deal. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't never seen Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua in the ring. Kenneth Ping, it was good.
Good. That's good.
Have y'all ever seen that? Because I ain't never seen Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua in the ring. Nor have I seen Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder in the ring. And that's the worldwide leader in sports.
Man.
That ain't YouTubers.
Yeah. That's so y'all follow their blueprint. When they lie, you lie. And
Hey, what's good? Ramesy Bull was good.
yeah, Earl Spence hurt these dudes' feelings yesterday, boy.
Shouts out my brother, man, Tay Jones, man. Blessings to you, King. Hey, that's a blessing, champ. I appreciate you, King.
He hurt them boys' feelings yesterday, man. They was in their feelings. Because you know why they was in their feelings? Because a lot of these YouTubers, for whatever reason, like I said, they think they're bigger than what they are, man. And it's sad. It's sad. See, that's what, when you live through YouTube, you think because you got an audience that's listening to you, you actually think that you're doing something more than what you're doing. And when a fighter that you look up to, because a lot of these dudes look up to Earl Spence, right? At the end of the day, they look up to a lot of these dudes. I'm gonna get to one of the main ones that they look up to that be pimping the hell out of them. Captain Bill. Captain, you heard what I say? Captain Bill. He be pimping a lot of these YouTube channels, right? They be looking up to these dudes that are men like that. Real talk. Looking up to them, idolizing these guys, right? And these guys be men like them, right? And so one of the biggest ones that they look up to crushed them yesterday, man. He hurt their feelings, man. Earl Spence really hurt these guys' feelings yesterday. Well, let me get to this right here.
Matthew Williams, what's good? Does that mean it's not true to say that YouTube is just an extension of the fans that don't know what's going on? It's irresponsible because YouTube is the ones that keep the sport of boxing alive.
Man.
Derek Choice, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a
YouTube keeps it alive.
That's why I don't like the whole being the face of boxing talk, because YouTube is the only place I go for boxing talk, and we all have different favorite boxers. All facts. All facts. I've been in fighters' personal space. So, Charles Edward Cheese said, "Yo, Blue, that's what I want to know about." What's
he
that?
Said
What's
he been in fighters' personal space.
Which one is it that you want to know about? Pat Cannon, what's good? I've been in fighters' personal space when they talk about personal things that I can't even discuss on here. That they say, "Hey, this happened, that happened, this happened, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened," right? So it ain't the YouTuber's fault that's relaying the information. It's the fight game sport. Remy Taylor, brother, in the super chat. Big Blue, a.k.a. smash the like button. Love, bro. Salute to you, King. So, Dante Boxing Nation, that's my brother right there. Dante Boxing Nation. 7A Sports TV. Now, and there's people on here that have a difference of opinion. D. Rich Richardson was good. Sam Seals was good. William Old School out there, my brother was good. Right? I started watching this boxing thing through 7A Sports TV. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I started watching this boxing thing. I'm gonna stop it
right there. He said, you see how these dudes they don't add up. You started watching boxing thing through 7A Sports. But I heard, I could have sworn your grandmother, somebody, and all this, you claim to have people that was involved in the sport, but yet you started watching it because of 7A Sports. See, a person like me, man, I just listen, I watch. So when dudes bump their head, because that's what he just did right there, he just bumped his head. He bumped his head, man. And like I said, majority of his listeners, the people on YouTube, that's just gonna go over their head. But I'm gonna let that soak in for a second. This is a guy that says he grew up. He's on record for saying that his grandmother and these people knew Ali, but yet you started watching boxing because it's sex. Man, do I have to play that again? I'll just let it play out, man.
And then, as you watch the 7 8 Sports TV, then it recommends you to Boxing Ego. And then watching Boxing Ego on 7 8 now recommended me to, Dante Boxing Nation. And then watching Dante Boxing Nation, 7 8 Sports TV, and Boxing Ego, well, now it introduced me to ES News. And now watching ES News, you understand? And it's a trickling effect. So to say that the sport of boxing is not lived through YouTubers is irresponsible.
Man, let's stop it again. All out of all those names that he named, right? He named some credible names, man. How many of them have actually put on a fight card? How many of them have actually broadcasted a fight card? A couple of those names he named don't even go to fights. Dante Boxing Nation doesn't go to fights no more. 7 8 Sports doesn't go to fights. But these guys are keeping the sport of boxing relevant. Come on, we got to make this make sense, people. See, a simple tweet from a inactive champion who hasn't been active in a year that a lot of these guys have been pushing narratives for hurt them, man. But let's keep it pushing. Told you I got time today.
Boxing News DC, Tori, what's good? And ain't nobody gonna want to speak up to this because they don't want to tear no bridges. They don't want to seem like the bad person. But I'm okay with that because guess what? The facts remains the facts is that I come from the school of I should be able to tell you when you're right and when you're wrong.
Let's stop it right there. So I should be able to tell you when you're right and you're wrong. You're not moving no needles, brother. I think what the truth Earl Spence said to you hit a nerve to a lot of y'all. It hit a nerve to a lot of y'all. That's why I put that video out there. And I'm glad I did my video the way I did it. And people are starting to catch on to the source. I said he dissed his fans because most of his fans are YouTubers that do videos. And that's what he did. And look, you and so many others are proving my thesis right.
You understand? I should be wanting to tell you, hey, when you're right and when you're wrong. You understand? Look at Deontay Wilder. He embraces the whole LDBC. He embraced YouTube. Now, again, the brothers on here, this person may not get along with this person, so on and so forth. But everybody got their own relationship. Because to think that they don't watch what we doing here on YouTube is incorrect. Like I told you, Showbiz is at Mike Tyson house for a whole week. Malachi is over there with Joe Goosen last week ahead of this massive fight. Okay? General 7 8 Sports TV. He over there with Deontay Wilder and so many others. Ellie Setback just went with Tank Davis to buy a new car, a new Rolls Royce at the car dealership and a monkey.
Yo, I'm gonna stop it right there. Shout out to Toby. Let me read this comment. Those channels he mentioned all run with narratives. They're not unbiased and factual facts. But did you just hear what the gibberish he just ran off? And I'm gonna keep bringing it back to what he says. You see how he said Showbiz was at Mike Tyson's house. 7 8 was with Wilder. Ellie Setback was with Tank to buy a car and a monkey or something. What does that have to do with pushing the sport of boxing? Did they put did what you just mentioned? Is that putting on a fight? Is that broadcasting the fight? Is that promoting the fight? It might be promoting the fight a little bit, but are these channels that you just named? What is that doing as far as putting on a fight card. Well, let's continue on.
This boxing thing is lived through YouTube. That's what it is. It's lived through YouTube. You understand? It lives and breathes through YouTube. If it ain't for YouTube, there is no boxing.
Man, damn.
Today's time. I'm not saying the sport will be completely irrelevant, but it won't be where it's at today.
Yo, stop it right there. That's why it's at where it's at today. Deontay Wilder just is coming off his lowest pay-per-view to date. And I'm glad you kept bringing Deontay Wilder up. These are facts. Deontay Wilder is coming off of his lowest pay-per-view to date. You just sat here and said he embraces the LDBC, he embraces YouTube. Why is he coming off his lowest pay-per-view to date, Brother Blue? Brother Blue, man. But yet, YouTube is captivating and pushing the sport of boxing. But yet, Deontay Wilder, who embraces the LDBC, who does countless exclusive interviews with 7-8 Sports, just came off of his lowest pay-per-view to date. Man, Earl Spence, you really rattled the YouTube world with that tweet yesterday. But let's continue.
Everything Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia is through YouTube up until this week when you start to see Tank Davis on you'll start to see Ryan on ESPN or on here to promote the fight. But that's like the week before the fight. But up until the fight, all you do is you do this on your mobile device to hear about boxing, to see boxing. What Tank Davis did now? What did Ryan Garcia now? What did this person do today? That's through YouTube. And so YouTubers develop relationships with boxers, managers, promoters, you name it. Extended parts of their team. So the information that YouTubers come on here with, right? I was just at Bozy Ennis gym with Boots Ennis. And Bozy. Well, Boots wasn't there. With them. Right? I could go up there and chill with them anytime I want. So who's to say that the information that I'm getting is incorrect? Now, it may come to be true and it may not. But like I just told you, the weatherman told us here in New York, because I'm in New York, the weatherman here in New York, he just told us, legit, he told us, he said, this weekend is going to be 75 degrees and sunny, Saturday and Sunday. I woke up today and it was raining. And it was cold.
Yeah, let me stop it, man. They said it was going to rain, man. This guy, gibberish. Loud niggas talking gibberish. Come on, man. You talking gibberish. They said it was going to rain this weekend, brother. But I'm glad that you can go to Bozy. I could call Bozy right now, man. I could call Bozy right now. I could set up Spawn for Jihad right now with Bozy. That's cool. But that doesn't mean YouTubers and YouTube are pushing the sport of boxing. If that is the case, that is why the sport of boxing is where it's at. Because like I said, I have yet to see any of these so-called large, viewed, heavy subscribed boxing YouTube channels put on a fight card, let alone broadcast a fight card. But y'all don't hear me though. But let's continue on. The source, like the young white boy said in that video that went viral many years ago. I got time today, cuz. I got time today.
And it was cold. You understand? So this is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. It's irresponsible on the part of Errol Spence. Champ, you're wrong. You're wrong. Because this is the engine to which keeps the sport of boxing going. See, I know y'all get them big checks, but if it ain't for the fans, and right now, it's 12 o'clock at night, and we got 400 people in here.
Oh, man.
12 o'clock at night.
Stop it right there. You got 400 people in here. 400. I goddamn guarantee out of 400, more than half, 200 probably never been to a fight. And then you take from that 200, another 100 never probably paid for a pay-per-view or even still pay-per-views. Let's talk about it. Because the numbers are showing that Deontay Wilder, who you just said is embraced by the LDBC, just did his lowest pay-per-view to date. So out of your 400 that was in there with you at midnight, the industry knows that that 400 does not support boxing. Does not support boxing. You know who they're supporting? You, Reverend Blue Swagger. They're supporting you. That's why you are jumping on here trying to save face and upset that Earl Spence said what he said. But let's continue on.
Because they want to hear about boxing. It ain't on ESPN. ESPN is on my TV. And ain't nothing boxing coming on it. They ain't talking about Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. They ain't talking about Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. They ain't talking about Bruce Ennis. They ain't talking about Tyson Fury. They ain't talking about Deontay Wilder. They ain't talking about Canelo Alvarez. They ain't talking about Dimitri Bivol. They probably don't even know who Dimitri Bivol is.
Yo, stop it right there. Are you hear? Thank you, Toby. Man, Toby is a walk. Man, I was waiting for him to start snapping his neck. Remember in Living Color when I was watching this, listening to this last night? I was waiting for him to turn into Antoine Mayweather and Blaine. What's the name? When he said, "Hated it." That's what I was waiting to hear. Hated it. You know, Earl Spence dissed the YouTubers. Hated it. Hated it. Well, let's continue on.
Outside the fact that we know that Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez, and he's a more recognizable name, so Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez, so ESPN was made aware of who Dimitri Bivol is. Let me tell you something. Stephen A. Smith had the Charlo twins on there, right? And he said something outlandish, like, I don't really remember, don't quote me on it, but I know it was something outlandish. He was like, hey, the fight I want to see you fight is like Terrence Crawford. He was talking to Jamal Charlo. He said, I think I want to see you fight Terrence Crawford. And Jamal Charlo said, hey, man, I'm 2 weight classes above that dude. Stephen A. Smith didn't even know what he's talking about.
Stop it, right? You heard what he just said? But didn't Jamal Charlo, isn't he on record for stating that he would come down in weight? Jamal, this is Big Maul, come down in weight to fight Crawford. So was Stephen A. Smith wrong in saying that? When the actual fighter said that he would come down in weight to fight him? Come on now. I told you I got time today. Take the top. There you go. I got time today. But let's continue on.
Man, YouTube, we on here like some wild Southern preachers, man. Y'all need to respect us. Shot 1419, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a good on your boy Blue. He said, these are facts, Blue. When I got back heavy into boxing, I couldn't find coverage anywhere other than YouTube. And keeping this stack, your channel was the first one I found on your B-Day 2 years ago. Salute to my brother Shad 1419, dropping that half a good on your boy Blue. Always showing love. I appreciate you, King. Yeah, they need to show us love on here, man. We on some real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all know we all click, we wake up and y'all click. I do the same thing y'all do. I want Showbiz the Adult earlier. I'm watching the General 7A Sports TV. I'm watching the brother Coach Malachi. I'm watching I don't get none of Eagles notifications. But you understand what I'm saying? Hey man, you gotta show love to the people that's keeping the heartbeat going. Are the YouTubers correct all the time? No, they're not correct all the time. Oh, look at that. Speaking of my brother, Showbiz the adult. All right, man, look. Salute to my brother Showbiz the adult in the building, in the super chat, dropping that half a no on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, facts. Many times we are told things we can never say, Blue, like never. Much love, brother. That's all facts.
Wait. I gotta stop it. You are told things that you can never say. You are told things that you can never say. But yet you are the voice of this boxing? See, I told you I got time today, man. I got time today, man. I had a great day yesterday. So I said I took care of a lot. Cause normally I can't come on here and take time, and I value my time, man. And I value my time. That's why a lot of times you see what I say, Mr. Kill two birds with one stone. Like, to me, YouTube, you hear these guys talking about they're the voice of boxing. No, they're not, man. Most YouTubers don't respect the people that's really actually doing things in boxing. They respect, if you pay attention to algorithm, the things that go on YouTube, a lot of the stuff that gets traction on YouTube are people that really don't have nothing going on, or really aren't really putting nothing together. And I say that respectfully. I do. I really do. I say that respectfully, because the channel's like a channel that people should really be over the top. Somebody like a Bernie the Boxer, because Bernie the Boxer is an actual coach slash team member of one of the most pound for pound baddest fighters in the world. His channel should be a channel of source of information. But is it? Yes. But is it as big as it should be? No. Why is that? You know why that is? Because it's YouTube. And see, when Earl Spence comes on here and tweets something like that, it hurts people's feelings, because a lot of y'all, he made, and I don't, like I said, I haven't seen eye to eye with this dude in many years. But he was absolutely right with what he stated right here. Well, let's continue on though, man, because it's going to get even saucier before I wrap this up.
I just was talking about you, Biz. I said Showbiz was at Mike Tyson house for like a whole week.
And
ain't no telling who he encountered, what he heard, and who said what. That don't mean he's incorrect. There's just things he may and may not be able to say, and have to somewhat say it and indirectly say it. So to say YouTubers don't know much more than what the fans know that's in the comment sections, it's incorrect and it's irresponsible. It's incorrect and it's irresponsible. Drew Agee, what's good? And he should, Jay Grant Jr., or not Israel, what's good? And he should know this, right? Because think about this. He let YouTubers in his personal space, like Ellie Setback. Ellie Setback is a YouTuber. Stanley Shock was good. Jesse Hall was good. All facts. Nelson Armstrong was good. Hey, check this out, right? I want y'all to check this out. Look at this, right? Check this out. Hey, when Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo Alvarez, to see what he did post-fight, how did you see what he did post-fight?
Yo, all this off a tweet, man. One tweet exposed these dudes to the point where now they got to jump online and make it seem like without YouTube, the sport of boxing will be dying. The sport of boxing been dying with YouTube. Um, like I said, he said how Deontay Wilder embraces YouTube and the LDBC. Deontay Wilder just did his lowest pay-per-view of his career. Is the LDBC and YouTube taking responsibility for that? No. What did they do? They tried to flip the narrative. The opponent, this, that, and the third. Not only that, let me say this too, man. Do you know how many comp tickets they had to give out at the Barclays Center that night? Do you know how many comp tickets they had to give out at the Barclays Center that night? But they're not talking about that. Is YouTube and the guys that speak boxing every day going to take accountability for that? No, they're not. They're not. And I had time today, man. I've been on over an hour. I might try to come back on a little later. Um, but I just want to just come on here and just show y'all, man, how Earl Spence's tweet really started exposing these YouTubers. And look how many names. He tried to put the egos, 7 8s, the Ellies, all showbiz. He was just naming a whole bunch of YouTubers, right? Because I think personally, he felt Earl Spence was talking about him. He felt Earl Spence was talking about him. And what did he have to do? He had to try to include others. But he was talking about YouTubers in general, especially YouTubers that think they are controlling the narrative, pushing the needle. Like I said, if you have a YouTube channel that you claim does numbers, try to broadcast the fight, man. Put a fight together. I guarantee you, all you YouTubers, the big time channels, can't even combine your resources and your subs and your listeners and do a fight card, a low budget fight card. You couldn't. But yet you want us to believe that YouTube content creators are the voice that moves boxing. Man, hopefully y'all caught and enjoyed this sauce. I'm definitely going to come back on a little later, probably this evening. I'm going to try to put some videos together today. It is Sunday. Definitely tap in with the Captain Bill and DH Promotions videos. I got some more info on that. I want to put out, you know, dudes is really using Jihad's name for publicity stunts, man. It's sad, but we expected this to come. It's part of the game, especially when you're hot. One thing, either they don't want to talk about it because they didn't see it coming. But Jihad Tucker is hot. He's only gonna get hotter. Salute to the channels that are in tune with that. Salute to the ones that's not, because like I told y'all, and remember, y'all laughed at me when I was saying this. I told y'all, it doesn't matter if you speak on him or not. He's only going to keep rising to the top. The ones that are smart are speaking on it, because what you are going to be able to do is, and those that have done videos on him and reach out to him, he's accessible. And one thing about Jihad, he doesn't forget where he comes from, nor will he forget that, and shout out to WCS. WCS is on record to stating this. He's going to be a world champion, man. And one thing about Jihad Tucker, he's not like other fighters that forget where they come from, nor do they forget the people that pushed them or was the voice behind them. Like this thesis is about, since they YouTubers, we control the narratives, right? He doesn't forget that. since the YouTubers control the narrative. But shout out to the channels that are rocking with us. Salute to the UK, my man Tobe. Um, Toby got a personal shout out after the victory in the locker room. Yeah, I be in locker rooms too. You know, that was a big emphasis last night on the live. You know, being in locker rooms before and after fights. Yes, I had that privilege too as a YouTuber. You know, being in the locker room. So does that make me move the needle of boxing? That I was in the locker room, that I had apron access, that I was shout out to Robisi Ramirez, that I was in their locker room. Does that make me a move shaker? Do I control boxing because I'm in locker rooms? No. That just means I'm a team member. I have access that others don't have access to. That doesn't mean that I control the sport of boxing. See, once you think you are bigger than the game, you lost. And a lot of you YouTubers, for whatever reason, y'all thought y'all was bigger than the game. And you're not. You're not even bigger than your YouTube platform. 'Cause like I said, put on a show, man. Put on a show. I've been put this out there. Get a fighter signed. Um, elevate more than YouTube. The only one I honestly say that I look up to, and I'd be like, damn, I need to have a sit down with him and pick his brain, is Jake Paul. Jake Paul, KSI, guys like these are YouTubers that, you know, elevated the game. Jake Paul is a promoter now, bro. He gave Amanda Soriano her biggest payday. He put other guys like Montana Love, Charles Conwell, a lot of Ohio boys looked out for him, fed him. This was a YouTuber. He flipped the game. You know, he flipped. This is the guy. I was around him, but you like see some of these guys when they flip the script. You know, they on. I was around him, but he has bodyguards. I needed to really get with him. I wanted to pick his brain, man. This dude really elevated the game, man. These are the guys that you need to tap into. Not these jive turkeys, man. And I don't mean no disrespect. I say that respectfully. A lot of these guys on YouTube are jive turkeys. You know, they are, man, because they act like their voice and their platform is bigger than what it is. And then all it takes is for another jive turkey to finesse them and pimp them. Captain Bill pimps all you dudes. But yet, you supposed to be the voice of boxing, but yet you let a man like Captain Bill pimp you. I told you I was going to tie it all back in. And y'all know who I'm talking about and the channels that I'm talking about. Y'all get pimped. And I'm going to close on this. Voice might be a little hoarse, but I still got how my man say, I still got the pipes. You YouTubers, you content creators, to me, and I quote the great Carl Thomas, the world is filled with pimps and hoes. We'll just talk about those I know. Make it hot. The world is mine. Can't you see? I'm just trying to be all I can be. A lot of y'all are pimps and hoes. Use your platform to pimp the game, not get pimped by the game. Hopefully you caught that sauce and enjoyed it. Salute to everybody that came through and stopped through. Smash the like button. Doesn't cost you a fee. It's always for free. And salute to my team. Shout out to WCS. Shout out to all the guys out there that's pushing the Jihad Tucker sauce, slime sauce. We are back. We already got our dates. Be on the lookout. But like I said, and like my brother said, Amari, Mr. Jones, if you really want that action, you know we like to get it scrapping. But we know you're going to fight a tomato can May 20th. But we'll take that fight, man. Stop the capping. Zaga. Yaga. Ahala.
at Jackal Fitness doing the damn thing. I just like to see what they was able to get you to be able to make that next move in this boxing game, because a lot of cats don't get the opportunity. But for you, it seems like you was ready and built for the opportunity, man. It's almost like 17 years old, man. You stepping up to a huge plate. It's a lot of responsibility that goes into what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Big stage, top rank, man. Come on, wearing the jersey. Tell us about that LeBron jersey, man. Your first fight.
Shout out Jackal Fitness, because he gave me the idea, the LeBron James of the game, you know. Shout out Jackal for that one. So I just took it. The people seem to like it, so I just ran with it.
Yeah, they talking about it, man. You got your own, persona,
Word.
you know, and that's what they recognize you.
Like crawfish.
Oh, so one day you'll get your palate used to that raw fish. Gotcha. What's that? What else you got for me?
What's your favorite place to go?
Favorite place to go is the beach. I love the beach, yo. Anywhere, if there's a beach nearby, I love to go there, relax, walk along the beach, barefooted, get my feet dirty. Yeah, no doubt, stick my foot in the water. I don't go in the water, though. There's sharks and stuff in there.
Setting it up, coach. All right, let your heart go now. Let your heart go.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Twimo. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.